And good morning. We are in the tarot study of the Lovers. This is the original Rider-Waite one. Oops. Golden Art Nouveau. Winter Tarot. Tarot of the Abyss. The Divine Tarot, or Tarot of the Divine. One of the two. Hang on, let me see. Tarot of the Divine. And the Wildwood Tarot. And then today we are introducing, this is the Good Tarot version of the Lovers card, which is similar a little bit, right, to, where did it go? It has two different similarities. One is to this one, right? This is Tarot, this is the Good Tarot, and then this is Tarot the Divine. This is based on Beauty and the Beast. And this has a similarity to also this Strength card, right? Which we haven't gotten to yet. All right, let's read. But I like that. I like that because it came, something that came up in my meditation this morning was they were showing kind of like the difference between, because whenever you have anything chronic, it seems like we're always talking about we're going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep fighting for this. I'm going to keep fighting for my health and fighting for, or you're fighting for whatever it is. We're always fighting. So our nervous system is always clenched and ready to fight, right? But then they were like, we've been fighting. Why don't we try surrendering, falling into healing, falling into love and healing? Instead of fighting for healing, fall into healing, surrender into healing, and see where that gets you. So I'm going to wipe this part of me. I feel like it was a little bit mucky, a little mucky. So anyway, so that's what that reminds me of, is surrendering into love. So let's read them and see what this guy has to say. This is by Johannes Feibig and Evelyn Berger, The Ultimate Guide to Rider-Waite Tarot, which I know was not the card that I introduced this morning, but okay. Many people know the story of Adam and Eve's expulsion from paradise, but its counterpart is less known. The Bible and other traditions also tell, make sure you guys can hear me. The Bible and other traditions also tell the return to paradise, the eternal life which begins on the day of judgment. Well, when is the day of judgment? Today, of course. Interesting. Okay, basic meaning. We all thirst after love. We are sometimes afraid of loving and being loved. Amen. As long as we keep searching for a better half, we are in danger of cutting ourselves in two. Or the search for agreement. Is there only one person who can truly understand you? And that person is yourself. Sorry, I placed that as a question and it's not. It just says there is only one person that, I need to use a card so I can help myself read here. There's only one person who can truly understand you, and that person is yourself. There is no point in expecting your partner to do what you can better do yourself, nor that he or she should provide what only God can give: spiritual peace, release, and fulfillment, spiritual experience. And so I wanted to show you too. This is the setup of the inside of this book. I don't know why the focus, I'm trying to click on all that. There we go. I think it focus. There it goes. Oh, and I lost it. Let's try that again. Click, 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 click. Okay, so anyway, there's the book. So you can see the layout there. What I like the layout. What I don't like is that there's a glare on these pages. I don't like that. I don't like glossy pages. I mean, I like them for practical uses. Of it would be, it feels like they would hold up longer. It feels like you'd be able to wipe them down if you happen like do a little coffee on them by mistake or something. But otherwise, whenever you're reading them, that light clears off of it, and it's really annoying. But there's that. Okay. Anyway, we're going on to into the spiritual experience of the card. The sun's rays disperse the shadow. Is it it? It says ... but it doesn't go anywhere. All right, well, there we go. As the card of the day. Love yourself and then you can marry anybody. That's a quote by Eva M. Zerhortz. As a prognosis tendency, love is a matter of choice. He, she who loves gets more of everything in life than somebody who doesn't. Aw, love that. For love and relationships. In the end, love becomes emancipated from its traditional roles in relationships and the family and returns to what is always was, the new paradise. All right, let me read that again. In the end, love becomes emancipated from its traditional roles in relationships and the family and returns to what it always was, the new paradise. I don't know, it seems like there needs to be a comma there somewhere. Or another extra period or something. Okay. For success and happiness, love begins and stays through common creations without added value. I.e., something productive which arises out of it. A relationship cannot last very long. Okay. All right. And then underneath the card, it has just tiny little, the greatest moments in life. Okay. Which again, then it says ... doesn't go anywhere. Okay, over here it says the 10 most important symbols. Paradise, old and new. Eve seduced Adam with the apple, and God banned them from paradise. What many don't know, the concept of paradise regained on the Day of Judgment is equally firmly rooted in the Christian tradition. The tree of life, the tree of knowledge. Irrespective of the story of paradise, the two trees are indicative of the polarity of life, essentially, especially of the principles of female and male gender, nature and will, earth and fire. The angel builds a bridge between these two poles and provides a link to the highest, to God. Positive, a symbol for greater personal potential. Negative, high flyer. Observer, know all, hopeless, idealist. I was looking at this card to see if there was actually like an angel in the card, but I don't see an angel in the love this good tarot one. There's the two little poles there, but that's okay. The displacement, Rainer Maria Rilke. A wonderful life together, ... if people ... could appreciate the distance between themselves ... they would be able to see each other wholly and in front of the backdrop of wide heavens. A wonderful life together, if people could appreciate the distance between themselves, they would be able to see each other wholly and in front of the backdrop of wide heavens. True. The nakedness, negative, lack of shame, shamelessness, crudity. Positive, openness, honesty, and last but not least, eroticism and lust. The card number 6 is also the main tarot card for sexuality. The cloud. The cloud and the angel are like an intermittent instance between the sun and the lovers. The grayer the cloud is, the less one can see through it, and the more the two lovers below are standing in the shadows. So let's go back to the original one. So there was the original one to show you the cloud underneath there. The shadow, this corresponds to the psychological term shadow, which comprises those parts of our personality which are there, but we cannot see. This can easily lead to trouble out of the blue. The sun, positive, the angel connects the humans with the highest. Negative, with the cloud, the angel forms a barrier between the humans and the sun. Through unclear ideals, gray thoughts, obscure aims. So whenever they just said that, that reminds me of that one line there. The angel forms a barrier between the humans and the sun. And then the positive being the angel connects the humans with the sun. What does that remind you of? To me, it reminds me of the Christian thoughts of like Jesus is that connector. He is the son, like being the son of God and being that, like that bridge between you and God kind of thing, if that makes sense. Okay. The mountain. As a warning, it can mean a mountain of difficulties between the lovers which needs to be overcome. In a positive sense, it can be a sign of their common high point experiences of being top of the world. Now, in this picture, well, I guess it shows it a little bit. It just calls it a mountain. But in the picture, if you see, look at all that. Doesn't that look like lava? Doesn't that make you think volcano? Especially the way it's just one big peak there in the center and not like a mountain range. Okay, the snake warns against low instincts and motivation. However, it coils with its coils. It also indicates development, wisdom, and gain through experience. The snake in symbolism I have definitely had over the years. I had a fascination with them when I was younger, and then I went through a more of a fear stage, I guess you could say, and like more of a like arm's length stage. But the last however many years, my relationship has changed again, evolved again with the imagery and use of the snake, of like, I don't know, this beautiful wisdom and transformation and divine feminine. So it's definitely, my relationship with the snake has definitely evolved. Gone back and forth. Okay, so there's that book. But I am really feeling like I need to pull this other book and read it as well. It's a short thing. You can stick around for it if you like. I just got it not too long ago, and it's not exactly what I thought. It's based on like the Jung philosophy, as in Carl Jung. And but apparently he has his own, there's another deck out there, and so it was kind of based, the meaning behind this that they have listed for the Lover's card is based on that deck, which I'll just show you. Okay. Oh, you got to see my fun pants. I don't know if they're meant to be pajama pants or not, but I just wear them as sweatpants. I got them on clearance one day at Walmart. And they're so cozy. They're a little short, but that's okay. All right. There we go. Okay, so here's the inside. See, it's a short little reading, but see that the card is different there. And then so the meaning is based on this card. So that's why, I don't know. So you'll see why. So you get 2 books for the price of one today. So here's it's called Tarot Psychology by Robert Wang. There it goes. I'm always doing a dance to get the things in focus. Okay. The lover, the sun as collector of experience. The lover stands with arms outstretched above a male and a female figure. The sun and the moon behind him represent the 2 sexes as symbolic of dualities and manifestation. This is the magician at a lower level. The lover is the original man. He is, as was described for an earlier card, author of the sun and the moon, the source of all dualities and the means for their reconciliation. As the sun in manifestation, he is by definition bisexual, embodying both male and female principles. Jung points out that the Christ, the son of perfected self, is androgynous. And I wonder why that's why I was drawn to pull this, is because now they're mentioning where, because I mentioned in the last book that we're reading about Jesus. Okay. Having reconciled the tensions of sexual opposites, the same must be said of Buddha, Osiris, and all other sacrifice gods. Meditations with the lover can be especially difficult because they may involve the direction of the waking consciousness towards the possibility of resolution with the unconscious, a condition of perception that has variously described as the Atman, the higher self, the Christ or Buddha within. Yet, regardless of the way in which one may address the figure, it is important to look beyond the assignment of sexuality as male. Perfected self as male must not be taken as a social statement suggesting the superiority of one sex over another. This is all symbolic. Male is the active, outgoing, creative principle, and female is the enclosing and acting upon the principle to produce a third. This may sound cold and distant, but meditation with the Jungian tarot cards is unlikely to ever be an abstract mathematical experience. Sparks fly quickly with each and every card that is touched upon. Of course, there are many legitimate means of approach to inner reality, emotional, intellectual, and devotional. One has the option of interaction with the lover as an abstract principle or as an earthier animus. But in any event, self must be addressed at the individual level before it is possible to approach the more universal qualities of the sun as magician. Those who enjoy symbol games might make a technical distinction by referring the magician as anima, to an macrocosm, and the lover, the anima personal, to each individual, to microcosm. In this regard, the female figure in strength is to the lover as high priestess is to the magician. So that also ties in then, this book is also tying in whenever I said that this reminds me of the strength card. And she did that, she got that tie-in and did that in her design. Very interesting. She is anima, and again, ultimately, anima equals animus. Now, here's what I'm going to also do to make this even longer for you. I am going to do, what is animus and anima? Because I have no idea. Do you guys know? In Jungian philosophy, the anima and the animus are unconscious, contrasexual archetypes that represent the inner opposite, gender aspects of a person's psyche. The anima is the unconscious feminine side of a man, while the animus is the unconscious masculine side of a woman. They act as mediators between the conscious and unconscious, essential for developing a complete balanced personality. So, anima being the feminine inner side of the men, animus being the masculine inner side in women, and function. They act as guides in the subconscious and often appear in dreams, active imagination, and through projections onto real life people. The purpose, the goal is to integrate these energies, allowing for a more whole, balanced, more balanced and conscious self. Now, so anima would be the divine feminine then. Animus would be the divine masculine then, right? So they, I guess, and did he just make up his words? I mean, that's pretty cool to make up your own words and then they kind of stick. we should start making up some words, like just make up one word and put it out there and see if it sticks. What do you want to do? What do you want to make up a word for? So there we go. So that was interesting that I felt like the need to pull this out, because then it tied in Jesus and it tied in the strength card both to this as well. Now, all that being said, what do I get out of this reading? I don't really know. Besides looking at the original Rider-Waite, because again, I think through this learning, of the diving deeper into the Lover's card. And again, I've read most of these books through and through, either listened audio or done like little snippets like this. But each time I pick up different, like it seems like they have me focus on something different. So the focus this time that I did not pick up prior is that whole balance, the divine masculine and feminine, and the balance of the two, and or your higher self and shadow self, or whatever. And then also the angel could she be your higher self, or is she an angel? Just looking at, I just love, I don't know, I just love looking at all the different perspectives. But there we go. Thank you for joining me. And here are the 2 books that we read today. Again, and then here is, let me pull up this card. So there we go. Look at all that. So much goodness. All right. Thank you so much. Much love. Mwah.